back to my channel. So today we are going to do my beauty bank for the month of March. I'm a little bit nervous doing this one because I definitely have broken my bank. I've broken the bank, not in terms of like monetary value at all, but certainly bought quite a lot of little things when my mother was here. That was like the beginning of March, and I just bought the things, and my beauty bank point system got destroyed in one go, which whatever, we'll just work through it. But yeah, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I did break the bank a little bit. So what we're going to talk about today is any makeup empties that I have, any eyeshadow pans that I've hit, or just regular makeup pans that I've hit, any new makeup that I brought into my collection. I also have a PR item that I received, which I wanted to talk about as well. And then I also, at the end of the video, kind of tend to talk about any movies I've watched, TV shows, what I'm reading, little bits and bobs here that have nothing to do with beauty. So I do that at the end. So if you're not interested, obviously you can click off then. Okay, so just to recap, last month I ended up with 1 point left in my beauty bank because I had also bought some palettes back in February. So that was a shame. I only had 1 point. So really technically I was only allowed to buy one thing unless I did massively well this month and I, could buy more. And yeah, you're gonna see that didn't happen. Okay, let's start with the eyeshadow pens that I've hit this month because they're in front of me and I just wanna get through them first. So some of these are gonna be spoilers, some of them won't be. So the first one I'm gonna talk about, I've already spoken about before, but I did hit pan in a shade in my Flower Moon from Ensley Rain. This was in my Pan Nose eyeshadow, so I'll be quick. I've already spoken about this, but I did hit pan in this one right here, which is called Refresh. And that was actually at the beginning of the month. I also hit pan in my current Pan That palette in order. This is the Look for Rainbows from Gloss Gods, and the shade I hit pan is Spectrum. And then the one that I'm working on right now is here, and I feel like I'm going to hit pan any day now. So that one's going by really fast. Another one that wouldn't be a spoiler is I did hit pan in my Project Level Up palette. This is the Colourpop Nebula, and I hit pan in Astro earlier this month. And I'm still trying to hit pan in these two. Although, to be honest, saying I'm trying, I actually don't think I've even gone into them since my update, so I do need to do something about that. And then the next two are kind of spoilers. They are my Pan That palette, so just trust me when I say I have hit a pan in here and I have hit a pan in here. But I don't want to show you because my Pan That palette update will be coming shortly anyway, so just know I have 2 additional pans that I have hit in one of each of these palettes, which I'm very, very happy with. All right, so that's 5 new pans that I have managed to hit this month, and any eyeshadow pan that I hit or like makeup pan that I hit, it adds half a point to my point system. So you think, wow, Gabby, you're off to a really good start. Well, we'll see. Next up, we'll talk about any makeup empties. So the only thing I've actually finished this month is my NYX Serum Concealer, which I have spoken about in my project pan. Everything else is like almost done or midway through, or I have some skincare items that I'm still not done with. But in terms of like point system wise, this is the only thing that would count as an additional point that I can add to my system, because any makeup item that I finish, I add 1 additional point. So again, I'm off to a really good start. How could it all go wrong? But yeah, I spoke quite a bit about this in my Project Pan video and how many times it took for me to finish it up. But yeah, very pleased that this is gone because it wasn't a concealer that I generally liked. Okay, next up, I do have a bunch of makeup that I bought myself, but I did also receive somewhat of a PR package that I wanted to talk about. So the brand Maysama actually reached out to me and they wanted to send me one of their sort of LED products. And it's basically like a skincare item. So basically they sent me the Bion Stone Gua Sha, which I do have in front of me. And it is an LED facial massager, and I have been using it for the last couple of weeks. I do plan to do some sort of a dedicated video on it just to talk about what I feel about it, how to use it and everything, but I wanted to briefly discuss it here because I actually really like it. And they've kindly sent me a code. They've never asked me to do a video on it. They haven't asked me to really to do anything, but they sent me a code, and I do get a kickback if you follow the link, but you can get 10% off if you do want to purchase this item. So what it is, it looks like this. It looks very futuristic. It actually looks like a baby monitor. You know, it looks like there's a little camera and you can just spy on people. And honestly, when I first looked at it, I was like, how do I even use this? Where does the LED come out? I thought it came out over here. I was being so stupid, but this thing comes off. And then you have the stone right here. Oh my God, I felt like an idiot when I realized that. It is actually really cool. So this is the on button. I don't know if you can hear that, but it like vibrates. It's vibrating right now. Obviously the LED comes out here, and it has instructions on the types of way that you need to massage your face. And I've been doing this, like I said, for a couple weeks now. I don't do it every single day. There are 4 different modes too. There's like a vibrating pulsing one, and then just a vibrating one. And then there's a vibrating pulsing one with heat, and then just a vibrating one with heat. And I like the ones with heat. I think they're really fun. So honestly, to change the mode, you just click this button and it just changes it for you. You can see the number changing here. So I'm going to turn it off because it's like vibrating quite a lot, but they sent me this and I think it's been fantastic. Also, it has the little bit of the name on the back here, and it is really cute. It's pretty cool. I've also only charged it once and it's kept its battery. So they also sent me this alongside it, which I think I even prefer, honestly. And the 10% off that you can use if you go to their website, I think can be applied to anything that you buy from them. So it doesn't have to be on the stone. It can be on any of their other products. But they sent me this facial oil. It's the green Rooibos Biofirm facial oil. I've used about that much. I haven't used a whole lot. It's only been a couple of weeks. So I feel like, that's pretty decent for facial oil. I do take a long time using these, but there's something about the smell. It's just so beautiful. And also it's pretty thin. I wouldn't say that it's one of the thicker facial oils that I've ever used. And I'm saying that in a good way. It also feels very luxurious. Like when you put this on, obviously I cleanse my face and I put this on and then I use this. And if I use the heat version, oh my gosh, not only does my skin look very warm because obviously I've applied heat and the LED. I don't know what the LED does, honestly. I should know all this, but it feels very pleasant and I really like this oil. So even if they hadn't sent me this, I would have used like a serum or something else just to like make it work a little bit better, but this has been really nice. I will tell you what it is. So it says fortified with their signature aspalathine enriched green rooibos extract for potent antioxidant properties and fortified with fermented dragon's blood seed oil and Maysama proprietary oil blend for superior moisturization properties. That is a mouthful, but I think it's that dragon's blood seed oil, which sounds a little scary. But yeah, I don't know. This also has the Happy Rabbit logo, so it is cruelty free, and the shelf life on this says it's like 12 months, right? So I think I'll definitely be done. It also says it's vegan. So yeah, I think I was so pleased when they just were like, hey, we want to send you this. And I was like, okay, here's my address. And then when I did receive it, they're like, how are you doing? How are you enjoying it? And I said, yeah, I'm enjoying it. And then they just sent me a code. So honestly, they haven't asked me to do anything. This is all just my thoughts on it. But I wanted to talk about it because I did receive it. And it is somewhat of a PR package. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. It's not makeup related, but it is skincare. And if anyone is interested, then I have all the details linked in my description. So wanted to talk about that, but I will do a full-on, somewhat of a mini review on it, I think, and maybe like a little short just showing me using it, just so you can have a look and see in real time what it does. Obviously, it's supposed to move all of the fluid in your face and help sculpt your face. I don't know if it's doing that yet. I do have, I'm always going to have this. This got worse as I had my son. But, if I can sculpt my face a little bit more, maybe give myself better cheekbones, who knows? Maybe. It's only been 2 weeks, but you never know. Okay, let's get into all of the makeup that I purchased myself. It was not sent to me. This is all my own doing. And there's a lot here. So I actually got 15 new makeup items this month. And I know, yeah, Like 15, are you crazy? Yes. And majority of them are lip products. And when I say I just want to slap myself, I honestly just want to slap. Like, why am I getting so many lip products when I've worked for years now trying to get my lip product collection down? I went and bought a bunch. But you know what? I've actually tried everything aside from 3 items. So we'll just talk about the 3 items that I have not tried. And honestly, almost everything is from Essence. And then I have a few things from Technique and then 1 thing from Kiko Milano. So they're all pretty affordable. So when I say I broke the bank, I broke the beauty bank, not the actual physical bank, because they're all very, very affordable. Anyway, let's get into it. So these are the 3 that I have yet to try. So I got these 2. These are obviously in red and I just haven't tried them. So I got one of these. I actually got another one of these. I'm wearing the other one, a different color, but this one, it's the Slim Stick 6-hour long-lasting lipstick, obviously from Essence, and this is the shade Nice Spice, and it's going to be a red, so I haven't tried that one yet. I got a red lip liner. This is part of their 8-hour matte comfort liners. I really enjoy these. I had 1, so I ended up picking up 3 more. One of them is a red. This one is the shade Classic Red. And then I also have a lip tint here. This one is like a lovely mauve color. This is the 8-hour matte liquid lipstick from Essence. And again, this one I haven't tried yet, and it's pink blush, and it's probably quite similar to what I'm wearing right now. All right, let's just get through the rest of the Essence lip products. So everything else I have tried that I have hoarded this month. So I did get 2 more of their 8-hour liners. I honestly didn't really think I needed this one because it is very similar to the one that I currently already have. But this one is called Run, Don't Walk, and it's just a very nude brown. But honestly, it looks almost identical to the one I already had. But this one I really, really like. It's like a chocolate brown. It's the, what is this? Chestnut Perfection. I have a tiny bit on today. I've actually used it quite a lot. You can't even see the stuff anymore. But this one is so chocolatey brown and lovely. And I've been pairing it, I've been trying to do some like nude lips, you know, because they're all in fashion again. I've been pairing it with some like lighter nude lipstick. And a lot of you have noticed that I'm going for like those, I don't know, 2000 vibes. So I've been using this one for that. And then I have these 3. So I have another hydrating lip tint. I already have one of these from Essence. I have one that is more orange leaning, like peach orange. So I picked this one up. I've tried it and it's really, really beautiful. I actually really like the formula of these. They're not like a typical liquid lip because they don't, I mean, they dry down, but they're very, very comfortable. They don't crack on the lips at all. So this is the shade Coral Colada, and it's number 3. I also got these 2. So another 8-hour matte liquid lip from Essence, and this one I have tried. This is the shade Soft Beige, and it's just a lovely nude shade, so I have enjoyed that one. And then this one is what I'm wearing on my lips today. This is another of the Slim Slick long-lasting lipsticks, and this is the shade Baby Got Blush. So yeah, wearing that one today. Okay, so those are all of the Essence lip products. I also got some other Essence items. So let's just go through all the Essence stuff first before we move on to anything else. So I got 4 of these. I got 1 of the liquid highlighters. This is the Baby Got Glow. They're all the Baby Got Glow sort of range. But this shade is the shade 10. I don't know what the actual proper name of it is. I think there was only one other one. This is the lightest one that I could see. So I picked this one up. Obviously have been using it and testing it out, and it's really nice. And then I got 3 of their liquid blushes, and I have actually tried all of these now. So I've actually used this one, I think, the most, probably 2 or 3 times. This is obviously more of a pink one, and this is the shade 10. Again, I don't know the proper name of it. And then I also have this one, which is more of a coral. I had to get this one, obviously. And this is the shade 40. This is really, really pretty. I would say with these ones, you need to build them up. They're not super pigmented, which is really nice. And then this one's a little bit more of a neutral mauve, which I really like as well. And this is the shade 30. So I got all 4 of these as well, which do I need them? No, but I got them. So oopsies. All right, that's everything from Essence. I did get 2 things from Technique, which I have been using, and I did pull from my Shop My Stash, and I've been, you know, talking about them and whatnot. So these are new, actually, for this month, but I feel like I've had them a long time because I've been using them so much. So I've got the Technique Vitamin C Under Eye Brightener. I've already tried the Technique Vitamin C range. I got their illuminator, and I also got something else from them, which I can't remember now. Can't remember. So they have more in this range, so I thought, you know what? Let me try more. Let me try more. Why not? It's not like I have a beauty bank to break. No. So this one I've actually really enjoyed. It's one of these clicky ones where, you know, you roll it up, and it's like the Touche Eclair one. And honestly, I think it's so nice and it's so affordable. So I think I will be buying this again. I can see myself going through this really fast. I've actually had to stop myself from using it all the time this month because I've enjoyed it so much. So I'm forcing myself not to use this as much because, you know, I think I've just been struggling with my under eyes, and this actually has been making them look okay. I'm not using it today. I was like, no, I need to use something else. But I feel like I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to buy another one. So this one might be a staple in my collection. Again, super affordable as well. Really nice, really lightweight, and it is brightening. I also picked up this from Technique, again from the Vitamin C range. This is the Translucent Finishing Powder. This one, I don't know how I feel about this one. I've used it, I would say, quite a lot this month. I don't think it's good for the under eyes, but everywhere around the face, I think it's fine. Like patting down, using a big fluffy brush, I think it's absolutely fine. But whenever I put it under my under eyes, I haven't necessarily enjoyed it. So I don't think it's gonna be an under eye one for me. I don't think the formula is all that thick. So it should work for my under eyes. And I think a few days maybe it has, but most of the time it hasn't. But then again, most powders don't work under my under eyes, so I don't know. But I think it's fine. It's not a powder that I've hated, absolutely not. But I also don't feel like I know what to say about it because it's still pretty new, but I don't hate it, so that's a good thing. Okay, and then the last one that I picked up is actually from Kiko Milano. Again, I bought this with my mother, and this is from the Dreamforia collection, and they had a bunch of these, and I got the iridescent shade. It's just a lip gloss, and it's actually really pretty, but do I need it? No, but I did buy it, I did try it, it's really nice. Packaging is gorgeous. I could have bought a lot more from Kiko Milano, so trust me when I say I did pretty well just buying the one item, because it's not a shop that is that close to me. I mean, it is close, but it's not my local. I can't go to the local mall and go to Kiko Milano, so I do have to go a little bit further. So because I don't go there that often, I was like, well, I have to buy something. So I bought something, and yeah, did I need it? No, but I did it, so. All right, so those are all of the new makeup items that I bought this month. You can see I went for quantity over quality, although actually none of these are duds. So yeah, I've actually enjoyed everything that I've tried this month, which has been really good. You'll notice I don't have an eyeshadow palette here. I have not bought any new eyeshadow palettes this month, including the new Gloss Gods palette. I swore to myself, oh, of course I'm gonna buy that. I was adamant that I was gonna buy that when it launched on the 26th of this month. I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna buy it. People were tagging me. I was like, of course I'm gonna buy that. And then the day came and I was studying and I was like, you know, I really don't need a purple palette. So I did not buy it. And I feel very proud of myself. But yeah, these are not items that I went out and were wanting to buy. I bought them on a whim. So yeah, it was bad of me, but do I hate myself about it? No, absolutely not. All right, so I've got a couple makeup stats for you. My pan percentage this month has grown. Even though I did pick up more palettes last month, I have added them into my spreadsheet. And so last month, my pan percentage was 8.06%, and now it's 8.30. So it has actually shifted, which I'm very excited about and also quite surprised. I don't know what's gone on there or how that's possible, but that's happened. I also will talk about really briefly the 3 palettes that I've used the most this year by usage. What I will be doing, because I have had a request to do this, and I've also wanted to do this video for a while, is do a palette ranking based on usage. And I think that would be really interesting to see which palettes I've used the most in my collection, not just this year, but like in total. So that will be a video that I'll be doing soon. However, this is just the 3 palettes that I've used the most this year as of obviously today. I haven't updated my spreadsheet for my Pan That palette yet because I haven't done my next update. So, you know, there's going to be usage that wouldn't be included in this. However, obviously, we can talk about it. So the palette that I've used the most is actually the Club Nebula from Kaleidos. It is my project level up for my level 3. I'm still working on it. I have actually already rolled in my level 4, but this one is still, you know, within reach and I'm still grabbing it. I've used this 52 times this year so far. Next up is my Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. I'll be surprised. It is one of my Pan That palettes and I've used this 49 times this year. I'm not going to show you because there is a spoiler, so you'll just have to trust me what it looks like. And then third place is the Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty, another Pan That palette for the year. Are we surprised? No. This one I used 46 times. So these two are very, very similar to each other. And again, I haven't put in the most recent numbers yet because the month is not up for sort of my rolling Pan That palette project. So anyway, those are the 3 palettes that I've used the most so far this year. I'm not that surprised. It's always going to be my project level ups and my Pan That palette, but I think the fact that my project level up is a little bit higher than my Pan That palettes is a little bit worrying. But I also have 2 Pan That palettes, so had I only had the one, I probably would have concentrated on only one, and a lot of those extra uses would have gone to the one. Okay, I want to talk about new favorites really quickly. I only have one, and it is the Technique Under Eye Brightener. I would highly recommend this to anyone who wants to have a brightening concealer. This is not going to conceal your spots or anything like that, I don't think. It is just an under eye brightener, and I like those, and I would recommend anyone who wants to try it. It is affordable. I highly recommend it. All right, so now we're gonna move into like the media stuff. So any movies, TV shows I've been watching. I'm not really gonna talk about music this month because I really haven't been listening to that much music. Okay, so the first one is The Order. I actually watched this right at the beginning of the month. This one is with Jude Law. It is about, okay, yeah, this is what I was trying to remind myself. This is also with Nicholas Hoult, which I do like. So I thought it was interesting that it has 2 British actors and they're like trying to be very American in this movie. But this is about a white supremacist, basically a group. I want to say it's the 80s. I think it's the 80s. And it's about a well-known group in the 80s that would rob banks and were kind of rising in power and, you know, like the downfall of it. And it's in the Pacific Northwest. And the FBI agent, Terry Husk, is based on a real FBI person who did bring down a lot of white supremacist groups. I actually gave that 4 stars. I thought the movie itself was good. It's not a movie that I would watch again though, because it's like, you know, like, do I really want to watch this again? I thought the ending was also a little bit lame, but it is kind of a true story. So, okay, I also watched Kinda Pregnant with Amy Schumer. And Amy Schumer is definitely an acquired taste. I think that she is funny in very, 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 very small doses. So watching a whole movie with her is a little bit painful. But, you know, you also have to go into it thinking she literally is just trying to be a goofball. Like, you cannot take her movie seriously. And so if you're in the right mindset, okay, fine. This one I gave 2.5 stars because it was absolutely ridiculous. It was about a girl who, not even a girl, a woman who pretends to be pregnant. And it's just so stupid. But yeah, it was entertaining for what it was. Okay, next we watched The Substance with Demi Moore. And this was... I mean, I wanted to watch it because there's been so much talk about it, and then also it was up for all the awards. It won a lot of awards. It didn't win any of the Oscars, I think, but obviously it was one of those movies that I felt like I had to watch because it was just one of these, you know, I think it's going to be like a cult movie eventually. So I watched this, we watched this, me and my partner, and what did I give it? I gave it 3.5. So this is a movie that really disturbed me. I'm going to say, just put it out there. It was disturbing. Like watching it, it's basically body horror. So if you're not into horror movies at all, don't watch it. If you're not into, if you don't like feeling disturbed and grossed out, don't watch it either. Obviously, if you don't like body horror, don't watch it, because it makes you feel uneasy, this movie. Even the way that it's filmed makes you feel uneasy just like from the immediate first few scenes. Having said that, I liked the way it was filmed, and I liked the movie up until the third act. I thought the third act, the climax of the movie, I thought was just absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Just a gore fest in terms of like what you see. And it didn't work for me. I think it worked for some people. It did not work for me. I thought it was absolutely stupid, and it kind of lost it for me. So I did still rate it 3.5 stars, because I thought that it's a hard one for me to rate, because I don't think I would ever watch the movie again, because it is absolutely disgusting. But also at the same time, it is not that disgusting. It's just the way it's filmed is kind of disturbing. The ending is really gross and just like a gore fest. And it just didn't work for me. I don't know if I need to say anything more than that, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me. But yeah, watch that. And then try to watch The Electric State. Honestly, I had to turn this off after 10 minutes. So this is with Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. I didn't even get to a point where I even saw Chris Pratt. I turned it off just very, very early on. It just seemed like a kid's movie to me, and it's got like these talking robots, and it just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. It was also very, very long, and I was like, I can't watch a 2.5 movie with this type of acting. It was just terrible. So I gave that a 1 star, even though I didn't really watch it. Okay, The Watchers. I watched this one. This one is with, what's her name? Dakota Fanning. And this was, I've been wanting to watch this for a while, and I've heard a lot of like negative things about it. It's not very good, blah, blah, blah. It's based on a book. I don't know the book. I didn't know anything about this, honestly, other than she kind of gets trapped in the woods. So anyway, this one I actually kind of enjoyed. I liked what the story was about eventually when you kind of understand. So I did give this 3 stars. I don't think the acting or the film itself was very good, unfortunately. I don't think it was scary at all, but I kind of liked what it was saying and what the mythological things that were going on was, if that makes sense. I don't want to spoil it, obviously. So I kind of liked it. So I gave it 3 stars. It was okay, but I wouldn't watch it again. I don't think I would watch any of these movies again. Okay, and then the last movie that we watched was Love Lies Bleeding. So this one was another one that was slightly disturbing. This is with Kristen Stewart, Ed Harris, Dave Franco. I don't know the main star, Katie O'Brien. I don't know who she is, but obviously she's like one of the main stars as well. And this is interesting. So it's about, basically, I don't know what this movie is about. It's kind of about this underground sort of gang, and then also this love story, and then also this weird horror, another sort of body horror thing. It wasn't really body horror, but there was something weird going on with like muscles and basically taking steroids and stuff. So there, again, this is a movie where something happens at the end and it lost me. I was like, what are we watching? This is so stupid. Obviously, it was kind of like a metaphor what happened at the end, but yeah, it lost the plot for me. It totally went a little bit to cuckoo land, and if you've watched the movie, you'll know what I mean. And I personally didn't understand what that metaphor was trying to say. I did not understand what the point of that was. Also, I don't really understand what this movie is trying to talk about. Is it talking about like guns? Like, because there's a lot of gun control. I can see how this could be like a feminist movie. I can see how this could be about talking about fighting back on gun control, because there's like a few instances where people are like, no, I don't like guns, and there's like a gun range and all this stuff. And then there's also like romance as well. It's about like finding, you know, toxic romance or trying to get toxic things out of your life when you do find that you're the love of your life. I don't know what this movie is trying to say. It's a strange one. I don't understand that. Anyway, that one I gave 2.5. It's just not been a good month for movies. What we did start watching now is Yellow Jackets. We are in the middle of season 2 so far. We've been binging this, watching, I don't know, 2-3 episodes a night. I've been enjoying this. This is also unhinged. You know, the women in this show are completely like lost their marbles. And the premise of the show is very interesting, but also gross and gory. But not every episode is gross and gory. There's a lot of comical aspects to the show. So it's kind of an interesting show to watch because sometimes it's quite poignant and sad, and in other moments it's just kind of funny. So this is fun. It's basically about, there's 2 different timelines when you watch the show. So it's about basically a girls soccer team that goes on a trip for nationals, and they're playing basically lands in the middle of the Canadian forest, wilderness, whatever, and they're lost. And then weird stuff starts happening. And then the second timeline is 25 years later, and you're kind of trying to piece together what happened. There's only a few, obviously, survivors, so you're also trying to work out who survived, who didn't survive. And the show is very good at kind of showing you in stages, because even in season 2, we're suddenly seeing other characters that potentially survived that we didn't know survived in the first season. So you're always like, well, what's going to happen? And then, yeah, there's some like deep, sinister, weird stuff happening, which I don't want to spoil, because if you want to watch the show, you want to watch the show. It could be, there could be a lot of trigger warnings about the show, I realize, if you're quite sensitive to things. So maybe look up triggers and everything like that, but really enjoying that. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff we've been watching this month, which is kind of odd, but that's just that's just what's available to us. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I think I've spoken enough. That's everything for today. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe as always if you would like to, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.